the Biafran people, I said that I'll not only be a lobbyist, but a fellow freedom fighter for the independence of Biafra. And today, I greet you as victorious independence fighters, because that's what you are. Yeah, my friends, this occasion is an illustrious one that will forever be in our hearts and will be passed along to future posterity as a seminal moment in our great struggle for freedom. The independence of Biafra will not only be a symbol of hope for the continent of Africa, but the entire world. Biafra will be a symbol of pride. In the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy and the United States government played an important role in supporting the decolonization of Africa and supporting various African independence leaders and African nationalist movements. President Kennedy understood that supporting the African people rather than the European colonists was not only the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but in the interests of the United States, which at the time had been competing with the Soviet Union for influence in Africa and throughout the world. Similarly, in this new age of great power competition, the United States has an obligation to support the new African independence movements of the 21st century and put an end to the legacy of neocolonialism in Africa. And Nigeria is one of the worst examples of neocolonialism, a failed British project. And the rise of Biafra will put an end to this nonsense in Africa. As the Biafran government lobbyist in Washington, D.C., I've taken the Biafran message, or we could even say the Biafran gospel, to the highest levels. We have spoken.
Coming to Simon Epka, I believe everybody has their days in court. Simon Epka is not guilty yet until proven guilty by a competent court of law in Nigeria, which there's no court of law that is guilty, or in Finland or anywhere. So I think, first of all, let him go through the process of legal jurisprudence. If he's found guilty, fine. If he's found innocent, release him also. That is what will make the people believe there is justice, not the idea of release somebody by a competent court of law, and by the doorstep of the courthouse, you see a security agency waiting to pick up the person again for reasons best known to them. And in conclusion, sir, the issue of self-determination is something that the European Union believes in, and Finland is a bona fide, complete, permanent member of the European Union. They believe in self-determination. They believe in referendums. They believe in human rights. So when you bring Simon Epka to a competent court of law and you lay your charges against him, he also has the right to say, I'm doing this because of A, because of B. And he can now bring his evidences why he's doing what he's doing. It's not left for the court of law to decide if what he's doing is wrong or the way he's doing it is wrong or right. Thank you.
These issues of human rights in Nigeria. If Finnish government feels that Nigeria does not respect human rights, it may be difficult for Finnish government to also agree to extradite him to Nigeria. So these are very important.
Okay, but there was a difficulty even the time Nnamdi Kanu was in the UK. You know, there had been a lot of calls by Nigeria as a government to extradite Nnamdi Kanu, but it didn't happen all through that period, except then the Kenyan situation happened and they went to pick him up. So that's one, just to be able to bolster the point you made. The second point I'm going to ask is, will these arrests bring peace in the Southeast? And this question is for both of you, because I am sick and tired of the insecurity and the killing, the loss of life and property.
I would like to ask both of you, what's your take in this matter? IPOB, speaking again and again through Emma Powerful, says IPOB is not part of a sit-at-home protest, that they are not part of it. Simon Epka, who is described as a factional leader of IPOB, in 2023 said Igbos should not go out to vote that there should be no election in the Southeast. Nigeria, moved in then and said the Finnish government should help us out. Well, this time around, he's now been arrested, we're told, by the Finnish investigation department, in issues relating to terrorism and conspiracy and all of that. What do you think? Chief of Defense Staff wants him extradited to Nigeria so that Nigeria can insist properly on its own sovereignty and say nobody should stay outside and be throwing stones into Nigeria. Well, is he guilty as charged? Let's start with you, with us, Vince, here in the studio with us. And then we'll go to Abuja and talk to, the lawyer. Or am I mixing things up?
Anyway, I am a lawyer. That's
you are the
one.
lawyer.
Yes,
Okay,
so
very good.
yes, thank you, Dr. Abati, for this wonderful opportunity, and to all of you here. Number one is, this is not a court of law to say whether Epka is guilty or not guilty. What he's being charged for is terrorism, or what he's arrested for is terrorism, this time international terrorism. And the question becomes, is it an issue in which he can be extradited to Nigeria? Nigeria has laid the complaint, terrorism for us all is an international crime. And if it is an international crime, by the Rome Statute,